The FIFA Club World Cup is an international men's association football competition organized by the Fédération Internationale de Football Association, the sport's global governing body. The competition was first contested in 2000 as the FIFA Club World Championship. It was not held from 2001 to 2004 due to a combination of factors in the cancelled 2001 tournament, most importantly the collapse of FIFA's marketing partner International Sport and Leisure, but since 2005 it has been held every year, and has been hosted by Brazil, Japan, the United Arab Emirates, Morocco, and Qatar. Views differ as to the cup's prestige. It struggles to attract interest in most of Europe, and is the object of heated debate in South America. The first FIFA Club World Championship took place in Brazil in 2000. It ran in parallel with the Intercontinental Cup, a competition played by the winners of the UEFA Champions League and the Copa Libertadores, from 2000 to 2004, with the champions of each tournament both recognized by FIFA as Club World Champions. In 2005, the Intercontinental Cup was merged with the FIFA Club World Championship, and in 2006, the tournament was renamed as the FIFA Club World Cup. The winner of the Club World Cup receives the FIFA Club World Cup trophy and a FIFA World Champions certificate. The current format of the tournament involves 7 teams competing for the title at venues within the host nation over a period of about 2 weeks. The winners of that year's AFC Champions League, CAF Champions League, CONCACAF Champions League, CONMEBOL Libertadores, OFC Champions League and UEFA Champions League, along with the host nation's national champions, participate in a straight knockout tournament. The host nation's national champions contest a play-off against the Oceania champions, from which the winner joins the champions of Asia, Africa, and North America in the quarter-finals. The quarter-final winners go on to face the European and South American champions, who enter at the semi-final stage, for a place in the final. Real Madrid hold the record for most titles, having won the competition on 4 occasions. Corinthians' inaugural victory remains the best result from a host nation's National League champions. Teams from Spain have won the tournament 7 times, the most for any nation. The current world champions are Chelsea, who defeated Palmeiras 2-1 after extra time in the 2021 FIFA Club World Cup final. History. Origin. The first club tournament to be built as the Football World Championship was held in 1887, in which FA Cup winners Aston Villa beat Scottish Cup winners Hibernian, the winners of the only national competitions at the time. The first time when the champions of 2 European leagues met was in what was nicknamed the 1895 World Championship, when English champions Sunderland beat Scottish champions Heart of Midlothian 5-3. Ironically, the Sunderland lineup in the 1895 World Championship consisted entirely of Scottish players who moved to England to play professionally in those days were known as the Scotch Professors. The first attempt at creating a global club football tournament, according to FIFA, was in 1909, 21 years before the first FIFA World Cup. The Sir Thomas Lipton Trophy was held in Italy in 1909 and 1911, and contested by English, Italian, German and Swiss clubs. English amateur team West Auckland won on both occasions. The idea that FIFA should organize international club competitions dates from the beginning of the 1950s. In 1951, FIFA President Jules Rimet was asked about FIFA's involvement in Copa Rio, the competition created by the Brazilian FA with a view to being a Club World Cup, and Rimet stated that it was not under FIFA's jurisdiction since it was organized and sponsored by the Brazilian FA. FIFA board officials Stanley Rouse and Ottorino Barassi participated personally, albeit not as FIFA assignees, in the organization of Copa Rio in 1951. Brazilian side Palmeiras beat Italian side Juventus in Maracanã Stadium with over 200,000 spectators, being considered by many the first Club World Cup champion. Rous's role was the negotiations with European clubs, whereas Baresi did the same and also helped form the framework of the competition. The Italian press regarded the competition as an impressive project that was greeted so enthusiastically by FIFA officials Stanley Rouse and Jules Rimet to the extent of almost giving it an official FIFA stamp. Because of the difficulty the Brazilian FA found in bringing European clubs to the competition, the O Estado de São Paulo newspaper suggested that there should be FIFA involvement in the programming of international club competitions, saying that, ideally, international tournaments, here or abroad, should be played with a schedule set by FIFA. Still in the 1950s, the Pequeña Copa del Mundo was a tournament held in Venezuela between 1952 and 1957, with some other club tournaments held in Caracas from 1958 onwards, also often referred to by the name of the original 1952-1957 tournament. It was usually played by 4 participants, half from Europe and half from South America. Obstacles to creation. The Tournoi de Paris was a competition initially meant to bring together the top teams from Europe and South America. It was first played in 1957 when Vasco da Gama, the Rio de Janeiro champions, beat European champions Real Madrid 4-3 in the final at the Parc des Princes. The victory was hailed in France and Brazil as a Best of Europe x Best of South American club match, as it was Real Madrid's first intercontinental competition as European champions. In 1958, Real Madrid declined to participate in the Paris competition, claiming that the final of the 1957-58 European Cup was just 5 days after the Paris tournoi. On October 8, 1958, the Brazilian FA president João Havelange announced, at a UEFA meeting he attended as an invitee, the decision to create the Copa Libertadores and the Intercontinental Cup, the latter being a UEFA/CONMEBOL-endorsed Best Club of the World contest between the champion clubs of both confederations. Real Madrid won the first Intercontinental Cup in 1960, and titled themselves world champions until FIFA stepped in and objected, citing that the competition did not include any other champions from the other confederations. FIFA stated that they can only claim to be intercontinental champions of a competition played between 2 continental organizations in which no other continents had the opportunity to participate. FIFA stated that they would prohibit the 1961 edition to be played out unless the organizers regarded the competition as a friendly or a private match between 2 organizations. The same year the Intercontinental Cup was first played, 1960, FIFA authorized the International Soccer League, created with a view to creating a Club World Cup, with ratification from Sir Stanley Rouse, who then had become FIFA president. The Intercontinental Cup attracted the interest of other continents. The North and Central America Confederation, CONCACAF, was created in 1961 in order to, among other reasons, try to include its clubs in the Copa Libertadores and, by extension, the Intercontinental Cup. However, their entry into both competitions was rejected. Subsequently, the CONCACAF Champions Cup began in 1962. Due to the brutality of the Argentine and Uruguayan clubs at the Intercontinental Cup, FIFA was asked several times during the late 1960s to assess penalties and regulate the tournament. However, FIFA refused each request. The first of these requests was made in 1967, after a playoff match labelled the Battle of Montevideo. The Scottish Football Association, via President Willie Allen, wanted FIFA to recognise the competition in order to enforce football regulation. FIFA responded that it could not regulate a competition it did not organise. Allen's crusade also suffered after CONMEBOL, with the backing of its president Teofilo Salinas and the Argentine Football Association, refused to allow FIFA to have any hand in the competition, stating, "The CSF is the entity in charge of controlling, in South America, the organization of the tournament between the champions of Europe and America, a competition FIFA considers a friendly. We do not think it's appropriate that FIFA has to meddle in the matter. René Court, FIFA's General Sub-Secretary, wrote in 1967 an article shortly afterwards stating that FIFA viewed the Intercontinental Cup as a European-South American friendly match. This was confirmed by FIFA President Sir Stanley Rouse. With the Asian and North American club competitions in place in 1967, FIFA opened the idea of supervising the Intercontinental Cup if it included those confederations, with Stanley Rouse saying that CONCACAF and the Asian Football Confederation had requested in 1967 participation of their champions in the Intercontinental Cup. The proposal was met with a negative response from UEFA and CONMEBOL. The 1968 and 1969 Intercontinental Cups finished in similarly violent fashion, with Manchester United manager Matt Busby insisting that the Argentinians should be banned from all competitive football. FIFA should really step in. In 1970, the FIFA Executive Committee proposed the creation of a multi-continental Club World Cup, not limited to Europe and South America but including also the other confederations. The idea did not go forward due to UEFA resistance. In 1973, French newspaper L'Équipe, who helped bring about the birth of the European Cup, volunteered to sponsor a Club World Cup contested by the champions of Europe, South America, North America, and Africa, the only continental club tournaments in existence at the time. The competition was to potentially take place in Paris between September and October 1974, with an eventual final to be held at the Parc des Princes. The extreme negativity of the Europeans prevented this from happening. The same newspaper tried once again in 1975 to create a Club World Cup, in which participants would have been the four semi-finalists of the European Cup, both finalists of the Copa Libertadores, as well as the African and Asian champions. Once more, the proposal was to no avail. UEFA, via its president, Artemio Franchi, declined once again and the proposal failed. The idea for a multi-continental, FIFA-endorsed Club World Cup was also endorsed by João Havelange in his campaigning for FIFA presidency in 1974. The Mexican clubs America and Pumas UNAM, and the Mexican Football Association, demanded participation in the Intercontinental Cup after winning the 1977/1978 and 1980/1981 editions of the Inter-American Cup against the South American champions. The request was unsuccessful. With the Intercontinental Cup in danger of being dissolved, Westnally, a British marketing company, was hired by UEFA and CONMEBOL to find a viable solution in 1980. Toyota Motor Corporation, via Westnally, took the competition under its wing and rebranded it as the Toyota Cup, a one-off match played in Japan. Toyota invested over $700,000 in the 1980 edition to take place in Tokyo's National Olympic Stadium, with over $200,000 awarded to each participant. The Toyota Cup, with its new format, was received with skepticism, as the sport was unfamiliar in the Far East. However, the financial incentive was welcomed, as European and South American clubs were suffering financial difficulties. To protect themselves against the possibility of European withdrawals, Toyota, UEFA, and every European Cup participant signed annual contracts requiring the eventual winners of the European Cup to participate at the Intercontinental Cup. As a condition, UEFA stipulated to the club's participation in the European Cup, or risk facing an international lawsuit from UEFA and Toyota. In 1983, the English Football Association tried organising a Club World Cup to be played in 1985 and sponsored by Westnally, only to be denied by UEFA. Inauguration. The framework of the 2000 FIFA Club World Championship was laid years in advance. According to Sepp Blatter, the idea of the tournament was presented to the Executive Committee in December 1993 in Las Vegas, United States by Silvio Berlusconi, AC Milan's president. Since every confederation had, by then, a stable, continental championship, FIFA felt it was prudent and relevant to have a Club World Championship tournament. Initially, there were 9 candidates to host the competition: China, Brazil, Mexico, Paraguay, Saudi Arabia, Tahiti, Turkey, the United States and Uruguay. Of the 9, only Saudi Arabia, Mexico, Brazil, and Uruguay confirmed their interest to FIFA. On June 6, 1999, FIFA selected Brazil to host the competition, which was initially scheduled to take place in 1999. Manchester United legend Bobby Charlton, a pillar of England's victorious campaign in the 1966 FIFA World Cup, stated that the Club World Championship provided a fantastic chance of becoming the first genuine world champions. The competition gave away $28 million in prize money, and its TV rights, worth $40 million, were sold to 15 broadcasters across 5 continents. The final draw of the first Club World Championship was done on October 19, 1999 at the Copacabana Palace Hotel in Rio de Janeiro. The inaugural competition was planned to be contested in 1999 by the Continental Club winners of 1998, the Intercontinental Cup winners and the host nation's national club champions, but it was postponed by 1 year. When it was rescheduled, the competition had 8 new participants from the continental champions of 1999, Brazilian clubs Corinthians and Vasco da Gama, English side Manchester United, Mexican club Necaxa, Moroccan club Raja Casablanca, Spanish side Real Madrid, Saudi club Al Nassr, and Australian club South Melbourne. The first goal of the competition was scored by Real Madrid's Nicolas Anelka against Al Nassr. Real Madrid went on to win the match 3-1. The final was an all-Brazilian affair, as well as the only one which saw one side have home advantage. Vasco da Gama could not take advantage of its local support, being beaten by Corinthians 4-3 on penalties after a 0-0 draw in 90 minutes and extra time. The second edition of the competition was planned for Spain in 2001, and would have featured 12 clubs. The draw was performed at A Coruña on March 6, 2001. However, it was cancelled on May 18, due to a combination of factors, most importantly the collapse of FIFA's marketing partner International Sport and Leisure. The participants of the cancelled edition received $750,000 each in compensation. The Real Fédération Española de Fútbol also received $1 million from FIFA. Another attempt to stage the competition in 2003, in which 17 countries were looking to be the host nation, also failed to happen. FIFA agreed with UEFA, CONMEBOL, and Toyota to merge the Intercontinental Cup and Club World Championship into one event. The final Intercontinental Cup, played by representatives clubs of most developed continents in the football world, was in 2004. With the relaunched Club World Championship held in Japan in December 2005. All the winning teams of the Intercontinental Cup were regarded by worldwide mass media and football's community as de facto world champions until 2017, when FIFA officially recognized all of them as official Club World Champions in equal status to the FIFA Club World Cup winners. Playoff tournaments. The 2005 version was shorter than the previous World Championship, reducing the problem of scheduling the tournament around the different club seasons across each continent. It contained just the 6 reigning continental champions, with the CONMEBOL and UEFA representatives receiving byes to the semi-finals. A new trophy was introduced replacing the Intercontinental Trophy, the Toyota Trophy and the Trophy of 2000. The draw for the 2005 edition of the competition took place in Tokyo on July 30, 2005 at the Westin Tokyo. The 2005 edition saw Sao Paulo pushed to the limit by Saudi side Al Ittihad to reach the final. In the final, one goal from Mineiro was enough to dispatch English club Liverpool. Mineiro became the first player to score in a Club World Cup final. Internacionale defeated defending world and South American champions São Paulo in the 2006 Copa Libertadores finals in order to qualify for the 2006 tournament. At the semi-finals, Internacionale beat Egyptian side Al Ahly in order to meet Barcelona in the final. A late goal from Adriano Gabeira kept the trophy in Brazil. It was in 2007 when Brazilian hegemony was finally broken. AC Milan won a close match against Japan's Urawa Red Diamonds, who were pushed by over 67,000 fans at Yokohama's International Stadium, and won 1-0 to reach the final. In the final, Milan crushed Boca Juniors 4-2, in a match that saw the first player sent off in a Club World Cup final. Milan's Kaka Kalids from Georgia in the 77th minute. 11 minutes later, Boca Juniors' Pablo Ledesma would join Kalids as he too was sent off. The following year, Manchester United would emulate Milan by beating their semi-final opponents, Japan's Gamba Osaka, 5-3. They saw off Ecuadorian club LDU Quito 1-0 to become world champions in 2008. United Arab Emirates successfully applied for the right to host the FIFA Club World Cup in 2009 and 2010. Barcelona dethroned world and European champions Manchester United in the 2009 UEFA Champions League final to qualify for the 2009 Club World Cup. Barcelona beat Mexican club Atlante in the semi-finals 3-1 and met Estudiantes in the final. After a very close encounter which saw the need for extra time, Lionel Messi scored from a header to snatch victory for Barcelona and complete an unprecedented sextuple. The 2010 edition saw the first non-European and non-South American side to reach the final. TP Mazembe from the Democratic Republic of Congo defeated Brazil's Internacionale 2-0 in the semi-final to face Internationale, who beat South Korean club Songnam Ileway Chunma 3-0 to reach the final. Internacionale went on to beat Mazembe with the same scoreline to complete their quintuple. The FIFA Club World Cup returned to Japan for the 2011 and 2012 edition. In 2011, Barcelona comfortably won their semi-final match 4-0 against Qatari club Al Sadd. In the final, Barcelona would repeat their performance against Santos. This is, to date, the largest winning margin in the final of the competition. Messi also became the first player to score in two different Club World Cup finals. The 2012 edition saw Europe's dominance come to an end as Corinthians, boasting over 30,000 traveling fans, which was dubbed the Invasão da Fiel, traveled to Japan to join Barcelona in being two-time winners of the competition. In the semi-finals, Al Ahly managed to keep the scoreline close as Corinthians' Paulo Guerreiro scored to send the Timão into their second final. Guerreiro would once again come through for Corinthians as the Timão saw off English side Chelsea 1-0 in order to bring the trophy back to Brazil. 2013 and 2014 had the Club World Cup moving to Morocco. The first edition saw a Cinderella run of host team Raja Casablanca, who had to start in the playoff round and became the second African team to reach the final, after defeating Brazil's Atlético Mineiro in the semi-final. Like Mazembe, Raja also lost to the European champion, this time a 2-0 defeat to Bayern Munich. 2014 again had a decision between South America and Europe, and Real Madrid beat San Lorenzo 2-0. The 2015 and 2016 editions once again saw Japan as hosts for the 7th and 8th time respectively in the 12th and 13th editions of the FIFA Club World Cup. The 2015 edition saw a final between River Plate and FC Barcelona. FC Barcelona lifted their third FIFA Club World Cup, with Suarez scoring 2 goals and Lionel Messi scoring 1 goal in the final. One notable thing that occurred in the 2015 tournament was that Sanfrecce Hiroshima made it to third place, the farthest ever achieved by a Japanese club. This record would not last though, as the 2016 edition saw J1 League winners Kashima Antlers making it to the final, against Real Madrid. Akiko Shibasaki-inspired Kashima attempted to win their first FIFA Club World Cup, but were denied by Real Madrid, who won 4-2 in extra time, thanks to a hat-trick by Cristiano Ronaldo. The UAE returned to host the event in 2017 and 2018. 2017 involved the likes of Real Madrid becoming the first team in Club World Cup history to return to the tournament to defend their title. Real Madrid became the first team to successfully defend their title after defeating Gremio in the final, all while eliminating Al Jazeera in the semi-finals. Al Ain was the first Emirati team to reach the Club World Cup final, as well as the second Asian team to reach the final in the 2018 edition. Real Madrid defeated Al Ain 4-1 in the final, to win their fourth title in the competition and to become the first team ever to win it 3 years in a row and 4 times in total in the tournament's history. Thus, Real Madrid extended their international titles to 7 after winning the 2018 edition. On June 3, 2019, FIFA selected Qatar as the host of both the 2019 and 2020 events. Gonzalo Beloso, the Deputy Secretary-General and Development Director of CONMEBOL, had said earlier that the 2019 and 2020 editions will both be held in Japan. The 2019 edition saw Liverpool defeat Flamengo to win the competition for the first time. In the 2020 edition, Bayern Munich beat Tigres UANL 1-0, completing their sextuple. The 2021 tournament was won by Chelsea, who defeated Palmeiras 2-1 after extra time for their first title. Future. In late 2016, FIFA President Gianni Infantino suggested an expansion of the Club World Cup to 32 teams beginning in 2019 and the reschedule to June to be more balanced and more attractive to broadcasters and sponsors. In late 2017, FIFA discussed proposals to expand the competition to 24 teams and have it be played every 4 years by 2021, replacing the FIFA Confederations Cup. The new tournament, planned to start in 2021, would be held every 4 years instead of annually, would feature 24 teams and 31 matches. It would include all UEFA Champions League winners, UEFA Champions League runners-up, UEFA Europa League winners and Copa Libertadores winners from the 4 seasons up to and including the year of the event, with the remainder qualifying from the other 4 confederations. Along with a new UEFA Nations League competition, revenues of $25 billion would be expected during the period from 2021 to 2033. In March 2019, FIFA decided to expand the Club World Cup starting in 2021, with the first tournament to be played in China. However, the tournament was postponed indefinitely due to scheduling issues caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. As of 2022, the format, venue and timing of any future tournaments is unclear. Results. Finals. Notes. Performances by club. Performances by country. Performances by confederation. Africa's best representatives were TP Mazembe from the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Moroccan club Raja Casablanca, which finished second in 2010 and 2013, respectively. Asia's best representatives were Kashima Antlers from Japan and Al Ain from the United Arab Emirates, finishing second in 2016 and 2018, respectively. North America's best result was Mexican team Tigres UANL, which earned a second-place finish in 2020. These 5 clubs are the only sides from outside Europe and South America to reach the final. Auckland City from New Zealand earned third place in 2014, the only time to date that an Oceanian team reached the semi-finals of the tournament. Format and rules. As of 2012, most teams qualify to the FIFA Club World Cup by winning their continental competitions, be it the AFC Champions League, CAF Champions League, CONCACAF Champions League, Copa Libertadores, OFC Champions League or UEFA Champions League. Aside from these, the host nation's National League champions qualify as well. The maiden edition of this competition was separated into 2 rounds. The 8 participants were split into 2 groups of 4 teams. The winner of each group met in the final while the runners-up played for 3rd place. The competition changed its format during the 2005 relaunch into a single elimination tournament in which teams play each other in one-off matches, with extra time and penalty shootouts used to decide the winner if necessary. It featured 6 clubs competing over a 2-week period. There were 3 stages: the quarter-final round, the semi-final round and the final. The quarter-final stage pitted the Oceanian Champions League winners, the African Champions League winners, the Asian Champions League winners and the North American Champions League winners against each other. Afterwards, the winners of those games would go on to the semi-finals to play the European Champions League winners and South America's Copa Libertadores winners. The victors of each semi-final would go on to play in the final. With the introduction of the current format, which now has a 5th-place match and a place for the host nation's National League champions, the format slightly changed. There are now 4 stages: the play-off round, the quarter-final round, the semi-final round and the final. The first stage pits the host nation's National League champions against the Oceanian Champions League winners. The winner of that stage would go on the quarter-finals to join the African Champions League winners, the AFC Champions League winners and the CONCACAF Champions League winners. The winners of those games would go on to the semi-finals to play the UEFA Champions League winners and South America's Copa Libertadores winners. The winners of each semi-final play each other in the final. Trophy. The trophy used during the inaugural competition was called the FIFA Club World Championship Cup. The original laurel was created by Sawaya and Moroni, an Italian designer company that produces contemporary designs with cultural backgrounds and design concepts. The designing firm is based in Milan. The fully silver-colored trophy had a weight of 4 kilograms and a height of 37.5 centimeters. Its base and widest points are 10 centimeters long. The trophy had a base of 2 pedestals which had 4 rectangular pillars. 2 of the 4 pillars had inscriptions on them. One contained the phrase, FIFA Club World Championship imprinted across. The other had the letters FIFA inscribed on it. On top, a football based on the 1998 FIFA World Cup ball, the Adidas tricolor, can be seen. The production costs of the laurel was $25,000. It was presented for the first time at Sheraton Hotels and Resorts in Rio de Janeiro on January 4, 2000. The tournament, in its present format, shares its name with the current trophy, also called the FIFA Club World Cup or simply La Copa, which is awarded to the FIFA Club World Cup winner. It was unveiled at Tokyo on July 30, 2005 during the draw of that year's edition of the competition. The laurel was designed in 2005 in Birmingham, United Kingdom, at Thomas Fattorini Ltd, by English designer Jane Powell, alongside her assistant Don Forbes, at the behest of FIFA. The gold and silver-colored trophy, weighing 5.2 kilograms, has a height of 50 centimeters. Its base and widest points are also measured at exactly 20 centimeters. It is made out of a combination of brass, copper, sterling silver, gilding metal, aluminium, chrome, and rhodium. The trophy itself is gold-plated. The design, according to FIFA, shows 6 staggered pillars, representing the 6 participating teams from the respective 6 confederations, and 1 separate metal structure referencing the winner of the competition. They hold up a globe in the shape of a football, a consistent feature in almost all of FIFA's trophies. The golden pedestal has the phrase, FIFA Club World Cup, imprinted at the bottom. Awards. At the end of each Club World Cup, awards are presented to the players and teams for accomplishments other than their final team positions in the tournament. There are currently 3 awards. The Golden Ball for the best player, determined by a vote of media members, who is also awarded the Alibaba Cloud Award. The Silver Ball and the Bronze Ball are awarded to the players finishing second and third in the voting respectively. The FIFA Fair Play Trophy for the team with the best record of fair play, according to the points system and criteria established by the FIFA Fair Play Committee. The Man of the Match for the best performing player in each tournament match. It was first awarded in 2013. The winners of the competition are also entitled to receive the FIFA Champions Badge. It features an image of the trophy, which the reigning champion is entitled to display on its first team kit only, up until and including the final of the next championship. The first edition of the badge was presented to Milan, the winners of the 2007 final. All 4 previous champions were allowed to wear the badge until the 2008 final, where Manchester United gained the sole right to wear the badge by winning the trophy. Each tournament's top 3 teams receives a set of gold, silver, or bronze medals to distribute to their players. Prize money. The 2000 FIFA Club World Championship was the inaugural edition of this competition. It provided $28 million in prize money for its participants. The prize money received by the clubs participating was divided into fixed payments based on participation and results. Clubs finishing the tournament from 5th to 8th place received $2.5 million. The club who would eventually finish in 4th place received $3 million, while the 3rd place team received $4 million. The runner-up earned $5 million, while the eventual champions would gain $6 million. The relaunch of the tournament in 2005, FIFA Club World Championship saw different amounts of prize money given and some changes in the criteria of receiving certain amounts. The total amount of prize money given dropped to $16 million. The winners received $5 million and the runners-up $4 million, with $2.5 million for 3rd place, $2 million for 4th, $1.5 million for 5th and $1 million for 6th. For the 2007 FIFA Club World Cup, a playoff match between the OFC champions and the host nation champions for entry into the quarter-final stage was introduced in order to increase home interest in the tournament. The reintroduction of the match for 5th place for the 2008 competition also prompted an increase in prize money by $500,000 to a total of $16.5 million. Sponsorship. Like the FIFA World Cup, the FIFA Club World Cup is sponsored by a group of multinational corporations. Toyota Motor Corporation, a Japanese multinational automaker headquartered in Toyota, Aichi, Japan, was the presenting partner of the FIFA Club World Cup until its sponsorship agreement expired at the end of December 2014 and was not renewed. Because Toyota was an automobile manufacturer and the main sponsor of the tournament, Hyundai Kia's status as a FIFA partner was not active with respect to the Club World Cup prior to 2015. However, the other FIFA partners Adidas, Coca-Cola, and Visa retained full sponsorship rights. From 2015 to 2022, the tournament will be presented by Alibaba Cloud of the Alibaba Group. The inaugural competition had 6 event sponsors: Fujifilm, Hyundai, JVC, McDonald's, Budweiser, and MasterCard. Individual clubs may wear jerseys with advertising, even if such sponsors conflict with those of the FIFA Club World Cup. However, only one main sponsor is permitted per jersey in addition to that of the kit manufacturer. The tournament's current event sponsors and brands advertised are FIFA partners: Adidas, Coca-Cola, Powerade, FIFA.com, FIFA Foundation, FIFA Living Football, Gazprom, Hublet, Qatar Airways, Visa. Wanda Group National Supporters. Urdu. QNB Group. Records and Statistics. Toni Kroos has won the FIFA Club World Cup 5 times, which is the record for the most by any player. Cristiano Ronaldo holds the record of being the overall top goal scorer in FIFA Club World Cup history. Mohamed Aboutrika, Hassam Ashour, and Wael Goma are the players with the most appearances in the competition. Real Madrid have won the FIFA Club World Cup a record 4 times, achieving 7 Club World Championships in total, also a record. Real Madrid also have the most wins without losses, and most total goals scored in the competition. Auckland City have participated in the most different tournaments, while Al Ahly have played the most matches in the competition. Official songs. Like most international football tournaments, the FIFA Club World Cup has featured official songs for each tournament since 2005. Unlike most larger tournaments, such as the FIFA World Cup, the songs consist mainly of J-pop, as most of the FIFA Club World Cups were held in Japan. Reception. Since its inception in 2000, the competition, despite its name and the contestants' achievements, has received differing reception. In most of Europe it struggles to find broad media attention compared to the UEFA Champions League and commonly lacks recognition as a high-ranking contest. In South America, however, it is widely considered the highest point in the career of a footballer, coach, and/or team at international club level. In Brazil and Argentina, the tournament is seen as a continuity of the Intercontinental Cup, creating a tension point around the year when both cups were held, 2000. It is hotly debated whether the title of 2000 World Champion is rightfully Corinthians or Boca Juniors. The debate is further fueled by the rivalry between the two countries and club rivalry within each of 2 South American nations. The competition is also criticized, mainly by the European press and fans among others, for its format, which favors the UEFA and CONMEBOL teams, since their representatives start in the semi-finals and can only meet each other in the final match. In Europe the tournament is almost ignored by the mass media. The opening up of the global market in football has changed the balance. These days the best South Americans are usually playing for the European teams. It is also criticized for its poor organization, the poor reception among the local fans for the matches not featuring any European or South American team, FIFA's decision to select the competition's host based on economic deals and not on their footballing merit on the international stage such as Japan, Morocco, the United Arab Emirates and Qatar, and the poor economic benefits for the winning team, regarded as inferior than any Super Cup prizes.